How you doing, YouTube viewer? Thanks for viewing this video. This video is about spoilers. Now, we just had the Avengers endgame just come out. That within not even 48 hours since the movie was open early release, I got to see it on the 25th. And then that night, I already seen spoilers from overseas about what happened. Then the US opened on the 25th and 26th, and there were already spoilers on that. I have a friend on my YouTube channel that is in Australia, and he did a spoiler-free review because he got to see it before any of us did by a couple days. So my video here is about spoilers. I mean, if the movie is that bad, still don't spoil the fucking movie. Nobody wants to hear you got to see it first and you have to spoil it. I mean, the Avengers directors went ahead and had a hashtag, don't do it because Thanos will get you or something. Another big channel, Looper. I mean, I watched Facebook videos and they had so many spoiler reviews. The one biggest one that MCU fans are pissed off at, Marvel Universe fans, that there is no post-credit scene and no end-credit scene. In my spoiler-free review, or my honest movie review of Endgame, there actually was a post-credit scene at the very end of the movie. It was pure dark, and you heard a hammer clinking, hitting on an anvil 3 to 4 times. Then that was it. Lights came up. That was the end of the movie for Endgame. Don't know what the hell the hammering was for. We'll find out in Phase 4. But any movie, Spider-Man Homecoming that's coming out, Deadpool, whatever movie, keep your mouth shut. At least give people a week, right? 4 or 5 days, 72 hours, right? 3 days or something, just so people can go see this big budget movie. I mean, every movie review that I've done since last year, since I went to a 4DX movie theater, I've never spoiled anything unless it was like something that was really a crappy movie, right? It was, hey, don't waste your time to go see this movie because it's not worth it, right? Then yes, and I will tell you to spoiler review, or spoiler review, that spoilers are ahead. I don't have the really great technology or editing to do it, but I do say spoilers ahead. But give me a break, MCU people, or any movie reviewer, right? Give a window of 3 days to a week before you have to do a clickbait and spoil a friggin' movie, right? Since we are talking about spoilers, and I am talking about the end credit scene that everybody's pissed off about, there is an end credit scene. Like I said, a hammer is hitting the anvil or hammering something. That is the end credit scene of Marvel Endgame. Now, my review of Endgame is, let's start at the beginning. All right, the Russos went ahead and said the movie trailers that were out were the first 15 minutes of the movie. They lied. It was actually the first 30 minutes of the movie. The things that I didn't like about the movie was Professor Hulk looked like crap. The special effects were not that great for Hulk. Rocket Raccoon had some good animation. Looked like it was the stand-in dummy sometimes. So let's jump to the spoiler that I didn't like. The 3 spoilers. Within 5 years, there is nothing. I wish there was a montage or something that Tony Stark was doing the time machine, or doing something with his daughter Morgan about figuring out the time pathways of the quantum realm. Right. In the beginning, Cap goes, "Hey, we can bring everybody back. We go through time," and Tony Stark strategically said, "No, I'm not doing it." But then he goes ahead and does it anyway, which I know he's a protector of everything, or wants to be, because he's a genius. But that was one thing I didn't like, was the 5 years later that sprawled across the screen. That was, really fucking stupid to me. Oh, Pepper, I figured it out, the time stream and all this. Right. The other thing I didn't like that much about Avengers Endgame was the time travel scene, where they go ahead and Hulk goes ahead and says that it's not like Back to the Future, it's not like Time Cop, it's not like any time movie. The Time Machine, Time Cop, Back to the Future, Butterfly Effect, with that, just Ashton Kutcher. Think of another one, Terminator. There's no fate but you make for yourself. So Judgment Day. Trying to think of some other time traveling movies, but all of them, especially Time Cop, no 2 bodies can touch. So if I go ahead and go back in time and grab my younger self, then that is a time paradox, and I will cease to exist, since both people are in the same time period. What's the other one from Back to the Future? I just forgot. Jennifer, seeing her older self puts her in shock instead of destroying the universe. Same thing with Biff. He goes to a different timeline, and he ceased to exist. So, if we don't have these time travel movies, who sets rules? The guy who did the law of robotics, a robot will not harm a human being. A robot will not do anything that will harm himself. And I forget what whatever the third law will. But law of robotics, law of physics, law of whatever. If you guys have put this laws in effect, why are you going to just throw that crap out the window because Professor Hulk says so? But that was something that really irritated me about that. The other thing that irritated me was the Soul Stone went ahead and took her more in Infinity War. Right? Now, they time travel, they snapped everybody back, so why wasn't their 2 Gamoras in present 2014 Gamora in 2019 time. Alright, now since they just grabbed the Soul Stone when was it? They didn't. I don't think there was really a date for the Soul Stone that they traveled to, or no, it was 2012, I think. I don't remember. But if they did it before Gamora was thrown by Thanos, then Gamora should have been back. Just like there's 2 Nebulas, and that's another thing. Nebula shooting her younger self, does do a time paradox, like the ancient one said. You bring the stones back to the times that they came, so there's no paradox, there's no alternate timelines. Which, you shoot yourself, there's an alternate timeline. So that was something else that in this review, this spoiler review, I didn't like. What's the other one? So yeah, Gamora. The other thing was there was 3 snaps. Right? Hulk snapped everybody back. Actually, let me go to the very beginning of this. All right. They figure out where Thanos is, and Mr. Drunk, overweight Thor goes ahead and does what Thanos tells him to do 5 years ago, was to aim for the head. Right? Which to me didn't make any sense. Unless Thanos heals really quickly or something to axe to the chest, there was no scar tissue, no scars on Thanos when they seen him on a garden planet. Now, Thanos goes ahead and says that he snapped again to make the planet that he's staying on thrive. Then he snapped it another time to whisk the stones away and burnt his arm. And he's supposed to be all powerful. It's all supposed to be he's supposed to be this powerful, and the gauntlet's supposed to help him control the power. Okay, so he snaps it once to get the stones, or snaps it for the place that he's at. Then snaps to wipe out half the universe. So there's 3 snaps there. Right. Now they get all the Soul Stones. Tony Stark builds a gauntlet for them to use to bring everybody back. That his arm is as burnt as Thanos's. Right. And he's supposed to be the most powerful Avenger because of his rage and everything. And his arm is still burnt until the end of the movie, and he's supposed to have completely healing effect from the gamma rays, which made no sense to me. Alright. Then, I forget, there was another snap. There's like 3 snaps with the Avengers. The last one was with Tony about to stealing the stones from his made-up gauntlet to another gauntlet that from his suit, and he snaps, and his arm is destroyed, is burnt up and almost like destroyed. And I guess he wishes Thanos away or something, which I mean, how do you snap and get rid of Thanos and his whole alliance, which also kills Gamora and also Nebula, who is still at the end credit scene going with the Guardians of the Galaxy? So what was Tony Stark's snap when he snapped his fingers, what was his wish? To get rid of Thanos and his cojones or cronies? What bad guys? I mean, what was that all about? So I don't understand what his wish was or what he did. So that's the problem that I have with Endgame, and just no post-credit scene, nothing except for the hammers hitting an anvil. I am going to go see it again, hopefully in 4D, because it was great of a movie, even though I have these problems with the little plot holes and the things. And then we do find out that who was it? Loki's alive, because he in the Battle of New York at the end, where they okay, we're done posing type thing, with a little joke, goes and Hulk busts through the door because he doesn't want and like taking the stairs, and the Tesseract gets back to him. And actually, that's another thing. How the hell did they get all 6 stones? Right, if the Tesseract, actually no, they did. Okay, so, and they returned it to the 70s. Okay, so yeah, okay. So they went back to the military base. Tony Stark gets to meet his father. That's another time thing, is you go ahead and get to meet your father, shake hands. But it was fun to see Jarvis as a young man again from Agent Carter, which was neat. But it was his older father that he ended up meeting, not the TV version of Tony Stark's dad. So, I mean, I do have to watch it again just to see, but again, since this review is getting a little long, that the main point is, please quit spoiling the movie, especially give 48 hours or 72 hours or even 100 hours. Give it 5 days for everybody to go see the movie. I mean, I kind of had to sit in almost an aisle seat, because there was only one seat left, to go ahead and see it the night before it opened. So again, Looper, give 72 hours or more than that for the movie to get out of theaters. I mean, it opened Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday you can go ahead and start doing a review of the movie, or even do the review of the movie, but don't do any spoilers. Jesus Christ, people, on YouTube or any other platform. Alright, my friend from Australia didn't do a spoiler review yet, and it's not, like I said, it's been a week, almost a week. So today's the 30th, so 4 days, and I'm doing a spoiler review because I seen Looper 5 different videos also saying how Black Widow was killed and gave herself for the Soul Stone. That was an epic battle that Clint, or Hawkeye, and Black Widow are fighting. And to also, if this little situation worked, that Clint went ahead and got his family back, even though he was Ronin for 5 years and killing Yakuza and other gangsters in Japan. So he had a family to live for. Black Widow, or Scarlett Johansson, didn't have any family except for the Avengers that she said several times that she would give her life for. So thanks for watching this spoiler review of Avengers Endgame and also a time period. Please do not spoil any upcoming movies like Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming, or sorry, Far Far Away, and any other movies. Oh, I did forget something. The other thing I didn't like about this movie, Avengers Endgame, was supposedly Captain Marvel was the most powerful character on the planet, like Superman, or powerful than Superman. She got swatted by Thanos with the Power Stone once, and you never saw her again. She was in the movie for less than 15 minutes, and she's the most powerful Avenger or a powerful character in the MCU, and she got swatted like a fly. Then also that she wasn't even in the movie that long. Then I don't know why they cut her hair. I guess to mimic the comic, but really, I wish she would have been in there that a little longer. But I guess that's that. I do want to say the other spoilers for it. It was good for Tony Stark to go out the way he did, especially since his contract ended. Then Steve Rogers going back in time to return the stones and getting his dance with Peggy Carter, because in Winter Soldier he was really distraught and everything about her death and her memory loss. But he definitely went out in a good way. But other than that, thanks for watching this long movie review spoiler of Avengers Endgame. And again, please give 4 or 5 days, or even on Monday if it opens on a weekend, or Friday or Thursday, give that 4-day period of don't spoil anything. So thanks for watching my movie review of spoilers, rules, and also the spoiler of Marvel Avengers Endgame. Have a good night. Have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Stanley! I never